Yeah, it's like what is it? DualShock for Windows, and it integrates it's like a wrapper for the X input API, essentially.
Yeah. Well, no, I never had a problem getting it to read on my desktop. It's just this Alienware is just fucking kind of all over the place.
I think by default, if you connect the controller through Bluetooth, it'll connect as a direct input device, and it won't be recognized by a lot of games. I could be wrong there, though. Because there's a way that you can just connect a PlayStation controller to a computer, and it just, you don't need to download that X input wrapper for it. Because PlayStation offers that, Sony offers that PlayStation Now service, and they offer the ability to connect your PlayStation controller and use that while you stream it to your computer. So there is some sort of compatibility there, but yeah, Sarcastic's right. You need to download that fucking wrapper if you plan on using it outside of that service.
Yeah. I think the service probably comes with something to make it activate, but.
I would assume so too.
Okay, Haley, do not take over the role of Mark.
Oh, buddy, I have to. Mark's not here.
Oh my gosh!
I just saw that. Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't understand. Whoever's right before me.
By the way, Sarcastic definitely has Rusty with the rope in the billiard room. Those are definitely his cards, and you should believe me.
Oh, yeah, I don't believe you. What?
There is a Rusty.
Why would you do that? Are you sure that one of the alternatives...
Is it Rusty Ribbon?
Rusty Mustard?
Alright, where am I going?
If you gotta ask, buddy, you can't afford it.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Alright. I think it was...
I'm going to the study now.
I think it was Sweetie with a candlestick.
Uh-oh.
You're probably right.
That sounds all wrong.
I would say so. That seems like something that Sweetie would do.
No matter what game it is, commit to
I told you
stupid
that
use.
was wrong.
It can still be Sweetie with the candle.
A little too late.
Well, maybe next time, SW.
Yeah, there won't be a next time, you fucker.
Yeah, 'cause you're gonna lose. I'm sorry, SW.
Just because you aren't playing doesn't mean you have to talk.
Oh, I 100% means I gotta talk more shit. I gotta fill in the void of me not playing. So
Yeah.
There is a void here.
Did you ever find your weed, Mark?
I did. Yes, I smoked it a while
I
ago.
was worried about you.
I was worried about me too.
I'm just sad when anybody isn't smoking that hasn't, so I was feeling bad too.
Honestly, it's probably about time I just stop. I've been doing it for years. It's overdue.
It's hard to, but dude, I suggested for at least once every 10, 15 years stop.
For maybe 10 years ago for me, it would be hard to, but I don't know.
Wow.
I know I've been with that
Got
for a
there,
week.
SW.
Went right around the world with that.
Well, I wanted SW's cards. Those are always the most valuable.
Yeah.
They are very valuable. Alright, SW, time to show those cards. Cough them up.
In fact, the real winner of Clue is who's the one that gets to see all 4 of SW's cards.
Yeah. which would be a real feat since he's only got 3 cards.
Yes.
We got 4.
Really? I'm showing 4.
Yeah, he's got
Hey,
4.
What? Oh.
Yeah,
And 2
Mark's
of us
not
have
really
3, and 3 of us have 4.
I got gypped.
SW hacked and stole your 4th card.
I totally got gypped.
You did.
I've never
That's what
had
happens
Me
when you're not
too.
Did you know that that's like a slur?
It is.
Oh,
A slur for
Gypped.
gypsy,
You say
right?
gypped?
Really?
I did not know that that was a slur against gypsies, implying that they steal things.
I did know that.
Until I went to a school system with a high traveler population, and I was like, "Oh, okay, good to know."
Yeah, no, I'll try to quit using that because I did not.
I had no fucking idea. It never occurred.
Well,
I mean,
everything's a damn slur these days, but
everything I
can't
say.
help it. When you raise your children to be little pickpockets, that happens. You get a reputation.
oh my God. Jesus.
Traveling little gypsy thieves.
Oh.
Okay,
Cher sang about it in the 70s.
sarcastic stream is
Great
hanging
song.
on by a thread. Admins are rating it as we speak.
Mark, quit reporting me.
I can't help it. I'm a stream admin. I see racism. I gotta report it.
He said, but I never report it.
Wow, that dude's fucking angry.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got rage problems.
He probably did kill. I probably did kill him.
And he needs to
looks
invest
like
in black
he-
socks.
Me dollar store, double door, will you?
Like hold a crucifix up so Sweetie will stay away, but it's a rent.
It keeps the plumber vampires away.
He looks familiar, but I can't quite place it.
You might have bit him before.
That's SW in his latest play.
Ah.
That's why.
Doing on Cluedo tonight.
Oh, 1-1, lost 2.
Oh, that's because you're a loser.
That's not true.
No, if you've lost more than one, you're a loser.
Who's being rudely toxic?
Whoever's in this room here is spitting some straight facts. I gotta say,
Wow.
I'm gonna have to be hard agree with them there.
Wow.
Who's getting shit talked? I can't tell whose mic that's.
No, that's one of my two best friends who's about to have a sudden and uncontrollable
Accident?
increase in his rent.
Is it on sale during the winter sale?
What? This? Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the season pass is on sale too.
Fall to see.
Back the complete's only like $22.
Wow, that's actually not bad for
Right?
everything. Well,
Well, that blew my entire theory out of the water.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
no.
still first couple turns.
did you end up picking up some stuff?
Anything to shit on your
Right,
dreams.
the season pass.
Fall and see.
I just wanted the characters. I don't care about the alternative boards.
Right?
Uh-oh.
Well, they're literally just like alternate themes of the same board. It's
In fact, you
like-
can play in those while we play in here, and you'll see those, and we'll see this.
yeah, it's
Right.
designed to keep the game compatible.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you guys had told me that the first time that I'd played is that they're all basically just reskins of the exact same board, which, I mean, makes total sense, but at the same time, it also makes it less fun.
Well, I wonder if maybe like offering like the alternate like actual classic original Clue board with the extended hallways would be interesting, you know. But also that might just make it slower and more boring. Like I don't know.
Yeah, every other turn somebody's out in the hallway.
Like it is nice that this one just keeps the pace going. It's just like snapping its fingers, keeping everyone flowing.
I mean,
Yeah, like once every 2 games, somebody gets stuck in the hallway.
right.
One time. Hey,
See?
Rusty.
There is a Rusty.
He had a knife in his fucking hat. You see that?
Hey, SW, that's number 2.
Yes, yes.
Oh man, Haley just took the lead.
Uh-oh.
Honestly, I could care less.
Dun.
As long as it's not Mark.
That's only something that someone say if they cared a lot.
Okay, could you fuck off?
I mean, he could, but he's
But
not
he
going
won't.
to.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese finger trap. The more you tell me to fuck off, the more I'm not going to do
Yes,
that.
I know. No matter what I
That's
do.
why you keep doing it, yes.
Hey, that's just the joyful banter we all are used to, okay? You can
I
never
believe
say-
it.
I just think one day SW is going to walk into Burger King with a pickaxe, though. I just.
We do have a Burger King on campus.
All you need's a pickaxe.
Right?
We had one too. Inga got food poisoning there twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, that's sad.
Yeah.
This is a Burger King, not a Burger Queen.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
why. That's terrible.
The worst was right before
wow.
finals.
Uh-oh.
Bad
Trying
chicken
to
sandwich got her.
Ooh.
study and dying by the
Chicken
toilet.
Sandwich.
Was it their beef or their chicken?
She said chicken sandwich.
Okay,
It was a
well,
grilled chicken
you can't
sandwich.
touch a chicken sandwich from a place called Burger King. I'm sorry.
True.
But they used to have really good
Every
Chris.
fast food joint has chicken
Just-
sandwiches. It's just synonymous with fast food at this point.
Yeah, but most other places doesn't have burger in their name, Mark.
Oh, they don't need burger in their name.
That's like if Chick-fil-A had a cheeseburger.
Well, Five Guys Burgers and Fries doesn't have just 5 guys making burgers and fries. There's a lot more than 5 guys involved.
Right?
Yeah, that doesn't affect the quality of the burger.
Well,
Five
no.
guys.
Oh, I love
Five guys
that.
working at it.
If there's 4 or 6, you're like, I ain't having it.
But 5. 5, and he's in there.
That's the magic number.
Bet I am.
You know, all it is the real life 5 dudes that American Pie is based off of. That's what they ended up doing.
It's a good place to eat. I don't know. I've enjoyed their burgers. It's good.
The one here isn't that bad over in Johnson City.
Mm-hmm.
I've ate there once.
Oh, I mean, it's leagues ahead of shit like McDonald's and stuff, you know?
Dude, I ain't ate McDonald's in like 3 years, dude. This shit's bad for males.
Oh, yeah.
For males?
Yeah, the soybean that they use instead of like they mix with the beef, it has a hormonal imbalance for males, and they won't admit that. But yeah, it's ooh.
Too much
Well,
soy
it's-
causes an estrogen overproduction, right?
Yeah, that's all I was going to say, yeah. So,
Yeah.
But you have to consume it in excess.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you
Isn't
gotta
like
consume all the soy.
plant estrogen completely different than human estrogen?
That's where the excess comes in. It's
I
just
don't
one
know,
of those,
but there's
it's
a
one of those
study. I'll
things
have
where
to
people
look
are
up
like,
the
hey, it does
documentary.
this, but then the levels have to be pretty crazy.
It's kind of like the aspartame and formaldehyde shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to poison
I
yourself
mean, it does have to
great
be a lot,
amounts
but
for several years, and then eventually it'll get you.
I see.
When them son of a bitches had that dollar menu, man, it was cheaper to eat at McDonald's than to cook dinner at home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was the time. That's when I guess people started noticing the shit, like it going on. But yeah, it caused me awful problems. I wanted to walk around in high heels,
Oh
cry
my
at the
gosh.
notebook, you know, read like James Stewart books. I mean,
I'm Lois. I'm so busy.
I
Isn't-
have a feeling that had more to do with the subliminal messaging your wife was playing under your bed than McDonald's.
Oh shit.
She really didn't like me wearing her shoes, so I don't know.
Busting out the sides and shit.
Where are you going with this, sweetie?
No, I didn't mean to hit that room, but here we are.
Oh, I was about to say.
Darn it.
I think you're taking us for a ride here, but okay. Why didn't you want to see that room, sweetie?
That story you told reminds me of. There's an episode of the Ricky Gervais podcast where they take note of a lumberjack who sued the hospital that gave them a kidney transplant because they had given him a female kidney, and he blamed that for recently taking interest in things like knitting and cleaning and
Oh
cooking
my
and shit like
gosh.
that. And I don't know. I found it to be a little extreme, like a little silly, you know.
I wish someone would give me a kidney that made me take up knitting.
It's
Great hobby.
They gave you something.
hard.
I ain't
It's
got the
fucking-
patience for that shit.
It's fucking really
Right.
hard to pull off well, you know.
Oh,
Huh. Maybe I need my Aunt Mary Lou's kidney.
Aw.
She did some pretty good knitting back in the day.
Huh. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Oh, I know. The hallway.
Does anyone know any cartels that'll steal a kidney for me?
I do, but
I mean, there's stealing a kidney. Come on, what is this in the 1800s? You gotta just. We're in 2020. Hit up the fucking Chinese black market, you know.
Right?
You
I
don't
was
need
just
to
about to
order
say
one
something like
online. That's right.
but it's a lot more expensive than if you just kidnap a prostitute and take her to a hotel room and cut it out yourself. Just saying.
Okay, but a lot
It
less
depends on the
messy.
legal charges.
Well, I was going to hire the cartel because I didn't want to cut it out myself, obviously.
Well, hubby, that just sounds
I've got
like
a monster.
You're a non-do-it-yourself person, and that's just not someone who gets a kidney. I'm sorry.
Only DIYers get kidneys around here. Kidneys are for winners.
Okay. I've got to see the new guy. Plus, his pose is just like Orchid's. Watch. He's holding NP. Let's see. What weapon do I want to see, possibly? Have fun. Look at that. I just won.
What is this 20-year-old Coomer
Oh.
thing? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. When I seen the name, I just thought of Andy Griffith, so...
It's not.
Well, when you every time
It's
when
the
you said
farthest thing
Coomer,
from Andy
I've been meaning to share this with you for a while. When you said Coomers, immediately this is what I think of. Like,
Come on, hubby. You can't hand it
It's a
forever.
waifu. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading this thing.
Let's see it. Show me what I
Private
need
lobby.
to
You do have to ready up. I'm sorry.
do. Can anybody tell me how come the only real rule I see that this doesn't follow is if you roll doubles, you can't go again? And that's like the only rule that's like ain't implemented from Blue.
I mean, honestly,
I
you don't need
thought that was a Monopoly thing.
That is a monopoly thing.
Oh,
I think
well,
that
I've
was
been
part
playing
of
Blue.
original
You can have your own
Clue.
house rules, but I don't believe that's a standard Clue rule.
Oh, no?
I thought it was part of original Clue.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I remember, because that's what I've always went by as original Clue rules, because I have an original board game.
I would have to check the rule book, which is at my parents' house, and that's just
People
not
are saying
accurate.
that is not in the Clue rulebook.
Yeah,
Oh,
Google says
My
that it-
apologies, people.
but I mean, there could be a version out there somewhere that says that for sure.
I
That's
don't
true.
know
There's
why
all
I
sorts of
think
bullshit.
that.
I mean, there's fucking millennial Monopoly where it's like you're too poor for it buying property.
Look,
Anything's possible.
There is another option out there, and that's the fact that the two guys that were thinking that both have ADHD and could easily be misremembering shit.
True.
Well, excuse me, ADHD on top of EDD. Yes.
Whoa! I did not need to
Oh,
know about
yeah.
your EDD.
You know what EDD is?
Yes.
Well, I've been diagnosed with it since I was 4, so that's why they pumped me with Ritalin until I was 15. Well, 13, somewhere in there. That was hard to come off of. It's the first time I ever realized what a withdrawal was.
And why were you like, excuse me, I'm the other one that has ADD. I was right there with you, dude. I'm like, yeah, totally.
Oh, you're like, I didn't need to know that. I was like, well, excuse me.
Oh, no, dude, I was just giving you shit, man.
Oh,
AD,
yeah.
The other D, never mind.
It's okay, buddy.
You were saying your dick don't work.
Yeah.
Oh. So anyway,
I always forget you're streaming. I am not fit for public. You really shouldn't allow me into your lobbies.
No,
You're
dude,
fine. I'll tell you the
I've
one
said
that ain't fit for public is Corden.
What were you saying?
I've said it before. Oh, go ahead, Inga.
oh, so we always debate when we're playing the original Clue. Can you or can you not go through closed doors?
No. That's why they're closed. I don't know why that's a thing. That's
We'll have to,
how
like-
I feel, but generally, in my Clue games, we did end up making it to where if you picked a card you had, you were disqualified if you got found out.
Oh.
Apparently,
we finally found
you
out
go
that-
through any of the doors.
Yeah.
Whether
I'm pretty sure we found out that I was wrong about that one, and that you could go through.
Oh,
It doesn't say anywhere in the rules because we looked.
right.
The only thing you can't do is you can't go into a room that's blocked by a person.
Right.
And that also carries over in the digital version here.
Oh,
No, I don't
yeah, I think
remember
I've seen that.
There
Closed
is
doors?
also great disagreement about when you play with different people if we need enough numbers to get in the room or simply to the door. That's always another thing that different households have different rules about.
Yeah, I think it's definitely you have to get enough to get into the room because the digital version,
Yeah.
if you only get to the door, puts you in front of the door and you can't make an
Yes.
accusation.
I
I
know
feel
that-
like this is based off of the traditional rules for the most part.
I agree, and well, I know we always played that you had to have enough pips on the dice to actually enter the room.
That's the way we played when I was a kid, and then I started playing as an adult, and I just stopped giving a shit. And I was like, yeah,
He's like, I'm in there. What?
If I'm playing with a bunch of friends, I usually put it to a vote. It's like, all right, vote. Who wants to make you actually have to enter the room? Who wants to make you just get to the door?
Yeah, anytime you're mixing households, you gotta do shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I kind of hate that. I wish they would just be like, here's the rules in the book, follow that. Like, if that would just eliminate all that fucking bullshit. But no, there's always somebody that needs
But
special
some games
treatment.
like Uno are so much better with house rules. Like, I don't care whose house rules, but everybody has a better version of Uno than the one written in the booklet.
I feel like that's like Uno is like a card game that's like not like completely open ended, but I can see where that would make it more fun. Something like Monopoly. Fuck off with your fucking like bonus at like free parking bullshit. Like that's not a thing. You don't get anything for free parking. You get to park there for free.
Yeah, but if anyone tries to make me auction off properties I don't want in Monopoly, which is in the rules, fuck them. I'm not doing no goddamn auctions. Your turn.
I thought in the rule book it says that there's $50 supposed to go into free parking.
Yeah.
Is that in the rule book?
Pretty sure that's in the rule book. Now,
no, free parking is literally just a free spot.
I disagree.
A house rule that, like, my family has
I've
a house
always-
rule that, like, the tax spot and community chest fines go into free parking, but that's a house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Free
that
parking is
is
a corner
not
square on the
actual
board
rules.
diagonally opposite to go. When a player lands here, nothing happens and they
Yeah.
move off the space on their next turn. Many
I've always
house rules
put money
cropped
on
up
it.
over the years regarding this corner square. Some of the simplest involve placing a 50 note under the square.
Yep.
No,
And then all the taxes and fines and jail fees and everything go into the middle, and the free parking person gets all that.
Yeah,
But no,
that's-
free parking
that's
in-
the house rule that we play by. No, so the free parking space, apparently, according to what Mark just read in the rule books, is basically just a spot where you don't lose money.
Yeah, it's free parking.
But apparently, to every household known to man, free parking is free rule spot where you can just
Hey, look.
freely manipulate the rules.
Look, it's called a house rule for a reason, goddammit.
You don't want to play that way? Don't come into my fucking house.
Yeah, that damn straight. You are
Oh,
uninvited
that's
to the
totally
Christmas
fine by
party.
me. Break up the 64 when I'm around, not the board games. Get out of here.
Let's play some Star Fox. Get this shit
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Oh god, speaking of board games, I really want to play Axis and Allies again.
You seem like an Axis and Allies kind of dude, I gotta say.
Oh, dude.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's based on World War II. It's divided into five players: USA, Britain, Germany, Japan, and Russia. USA, Britain, and Russia are all on the same side. Japan and Germany are on the same side. You cannot change sides.
You lost my interest at World War II, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a
Big
little
history
more
buff.
interesting. You can actually you actually get money and you can use it to build industry, buy units, etc., etc. I have had some very interesting games. I had a game where it was Russia. I did nothing but build infantry and pile them onto the German front. And when Germany tried to come through with its tanks, at some point, so infantry defend with, I believe it's a 1 or a 2 on a 6-sided die. And when you've got 30 infantry, you're gonna blow up some tanks.
Sure. So you like Ender's gamed it. You just threw bodies at these tanks until the tanks blew up.
Absolutely did. If I remember, an infantry attack on a 1, or if you're attacking with them, you have to roll a 1, and if you're defending, you have to roll a 1 or a 2. And yeah, that's exactly what I did. Just infantry.
I was forced to read Ender's Game in school, and I remember nothing about it.
I've never known.
Oh.
So, Cookwell,
It's a really good movie if you need a refresher.
Alright, I think I might watch the
So Italy was not actually a major factor in World War II, to be perfectly honest. The only thing Mussolini really did was he would take his few tanks and he would roll into countries that were still literally fighting with stones and spears.
I got it again.
Oh shit! Here he comes.
And
Wow.
if he's
This is
wrong,
SW right.
Oh my god.
And
Oh,
I mean,
sorry,
Risk
SW
is
also doesn't
okay,
count.
but a Risk can be fun with the right group. But Axis and Allies just has more nuances to it that I really enjoy. It's got like tanks, it's got planes. You could do like economic bombing runs.
Job.
Well done,
Thank
SW.
you.
And once again, you are fired.